One Ray. Go Spizzy. Stu Live. I'm on my grind. Nigga, you lying. Nigga, you lying.
Oh yeah, oh boy, this shit bang.
I'm on my grind. Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. I'm really at the paper, I'm on the money mission. I'm really at the paper, I gotta get it, nigga. I'm chasing all these checks for my family, nigga. I'm chasing all these racks, I need some Benjis, nigga. I'm grinding for that back and gotta keep some Zaza packs in. I got a couple 20s, but I need 100 Jackson. I got a couple fronted cause these pussy niggas taxing. I got a couple 100 rounds if you think I'm lacking. I'm on my grind, I'm on my grind, ain't no need in asking. I want it all, I want it all, please don't ask no questions. These niggas lying, that's why I keep that maxin'. These niggas lying, that's why I keep it. I'm on my grind. Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.
I'm on my grind, trying to stay away from sales and doing time. Niggas always lying on my line. If I was blood, I would put that shit on shine. I got a son, so you know that made me shine. I got the bread, so you know I hold the line. You niggas tellin' I'm starting to think it's 69. Kick flip, push, I'm on my grind. I got a bad bitch with me, so you know I wine and dine. I'd rather have a premium contract than a prime, like Amazon. I'm on my grind. I stack and flip like a boss, more like a dime. Yeah, I'm the one, like LeBron, the chosen one.
Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. Pussy over power, nigga, you lying. It's money over power, I'm on my grind. Pushing packs all the time. I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind.
Oh boy, you ain't dumb on this one.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is recap coverage with LCAOD, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We are going to go over the SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, VIX, NVDA, Google, BABA. We're going to look at the charts and numbers. But before we get started, let's go over the description. And this is recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hey, how you doing? We're going to get into the charts and numbers here in a second, but you must know what happened today before we go any further. What a day, man. What a Monday. The market technically, just to sum it up, overall, the market, it gapped down. It gapped down. It was looking ugly this morning. It gapped down right back to the bears. And you know, the market was, as it opened, the bulls really stepped in today, and they brought the market up right back to where it gapped down from. So they filled the gap today. And you know, the market is showing strong support right now, holding its ground as we get closer to the inflation data that's coming out Wednesday before the opening bell. And you know, we got the FOMC um, minutes that's going to be on Wednesday as well around 2 p.m. So the statement will drop, and you know, hopefully nothing changes in the statement, and you know, things will be fine. If something changes in the statement, things might not be fine. So that's just what it's boiling down to. Wednesday's a key day. That inflation data that's coming out in the pre-market is going to be very, very important right now. The market is definitely summing up for that. And you can kind of tell it's all cooling in, getting priced in, getting ready for a move on Wednesday. That's pretty much what's going to end up happening. But you know, we do got earnings this week, you guys. Still, it's going to be a very important week. We got a lot of bank earnings this week, and you know, it's going to be key. It's going to be really key. So, retail sales data that comes out Friday, that's going to be key. Consumer sentiment comes out Friday, that's going to be key. All this data is going to be key. And as you can see today, after hours, it looks like the Fed speaker spoke today, Williams, and whatever he said or whatever they talked about, and it looks good right now. The market is actually green after hours. Every indice is actually green too, finally. So haven't seen this in a while. So you got to keep that in mind that, you know, the market has basically been bullish this whole time. The bulls held up their ground, they held up their momentum. The Bears, they got their sell off. You know, they created their top. The Bears, that's all they've done so far. But right now the market is like looking right at that top right now, eyeing it. So we're at a point right now in the market where, you know, the market is about to go higher than it previously just was, or you know, it's just going to get rejected right here where it's at with the level that we are at right now. We're at resistance. This has been resistance for the past week. It has been resistance for the past month. So overall, that's just where we're at in the market. So just giving you guys an update to sum it up. But to put it in Wall Street perspective, S&P 500 ends Monday slightly higher as investors anticipate key inflation data. The broader index rose 0.1% to 4,109.11. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added 101.23 points, or 0.3%, to 33,586.52. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite lagged, falling 0.03% to 12,084.36. So the Nasdaq is kind of lagging right now. That's the triple Qs, and that's just, you know, every kind of like tech. That's all the tech names. They kind of lagged the day they did. But you know, they bounced off their support. They did do that. Looking at the SPY right now in the after hours, it's up. Everything's up. So like I said, but as far as overall, they're talking today what happened. The tech did lag. They definitely lagged. You know, Apple lagged. Apple actually closed red still. Microsoft closed red. You know, this is all Nasdaq composite companies. And NVDA was a leader today. NVDA was a huge leader. We're gonna go over NVDA. You know, that was one of LCAOD call out plays. Shout out to the members in the Discord. I know y'all caught some of that action today, but that's what it does. You know, when you do the homework, listen and learn. Listen, learn, earn. So it definitely works out. But you know, the Amazon kind of peaked at the green today. But that's just looking at the tape though. Let's see, Meta. What did Meta do? Meta kind of like, you know, bounced off support, and it closed red as well too. So Google, all that closed red. So that's where they're saying the market lagged right there. You know, everything was kind of technically good today, but you know, big tech lagged. So it's not looking good if they're gonna lag. So it's still questionable right now. Things can go either way still, honestly. And you know, it took a while. Like I said, it took a while for it to get back. It took pretty much all day for it to gap up. Not gap up, but fill the gap, meaning so it took all day to get brought up. You know, the market definitely gapped down But you know, other than that, like I said, it was brought back up to where we closed at basically throughout the holidays. So we're a little bit above that level right there at the holiday level. Right now, that's basically what happened. So it looks to me like, man, the market is trying to create an opportunity for investors right now. You know, people have a lot of emotion involved on the direction, but you know, you have to understand the market has a mind of its own, and you got to kind of read its mind sometimes. And you know, right now it's seeming that, you know, if you want something to be negative that's not, then it could end up being a backfire on you. You know, the market is not really saying anything is wrong, even though there has been a lot wrong and bad stuff has been coming out, but the market is not technically taking it that way. So if the market's not, then why should you as an investor? You know what I'm saying? So just think about it like that. You know, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, but a move is coming here soon, you guys. This month of April is history states that this is a bullish month. It hasn't been that way in the past couple years, you know, but hey, history states that April is a bullish month. So it's just a lot to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying, with the inflation data that's coming out. But yeah, you know, tomorrow there'll be another Fed speaker here that'll be talking during the market hours at 1:30 p.m. Goolsby. So remember Goolsby. He or she will be talking around 1:30, making comments. So just be on the lookout for that. That'll move the market for sure, as it does always when the Fed members speak. But other than that, Wednesday is the big day still. So not really, you know, expecting too much. I mean, I could see the market getting a little ahead of the CPI inflation just in case, you know, things don't go good, you know, or just in case things do go good and it can get higher. I can just see the market holding up to expectations as of right now, looking out for that, kind of the way it went today. And all these red days, the market technically was red all last week and kind of was red today, sort of. So I just expect a flip here soon. They might turn that light green, man. It just seems like that's just what's more than likely going to happen here right before Wednesday. The Fed FOMC minutes and all that. And Thursday, you got PPI inflation data that's going to be important, very important. Jobless claims data is going to be very important. And, you know, like I said, that Friday, you got all that data coming out. So we're going to get into the charts and numbers, you guys. We're going to go over what we go over. And everybody should be good going into tomorrow. Take your time, take it easy. Remember, digest this information. If you can digest it, and you know, comes out pretty well for you, you know, you'll be good. You know, but if it's a horrible digestion and you're not taking it, you're not taking it good, clear, or you don't understand something, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. Just wait till you understand it. You know what I'm saying? Once you understand it, then that's when, you know, it's free game after that. But be on the lookout for these earnings coming out. Tilray after hours was today, so we'll look at Tilray here in a moment and see what they did. Tilray's a good company, you know, for the long haul. Tilray's a very good company. I really like Tilray for the long term. But tomorrow before the open, we got CarMax. That's going to be a very key earnings, you know, looking at the car industry and stuff like that, and seeing how used car prices are doing, and, you know, seeing how, you know, new car prices are doing, just looking at that overall. CarMax, you know, has a big piece to that puzzle. Obviously, you know, they sell a lot of cars, you know, so but at the end of the day, we're going to see about their earnings, and that's going to be very key. So we're going to be on the lookout for that in the morning. And, you know, the rest is the rest. This week to be on the lookout for, I would be, like I said, looking out for about that Thursday before open, Delta Airlines. That'll be a good one, and Progressive. But the key day right here, you guys, is that Friday, you know, before the open. You got JP Morgan Chase, United Health Group, Citi, Wells Fargo, PNC, BlackRock. So a lot of key names right there to kick off this earnings season, and a lot of key names that a lot of these companies, their money's in with these banks. So just keep that in mind. This is going to be very important this Friday, this week, and going into this next week and the rest of this month. what these earnings are about to report here for these banks. So we're gonna see, you know, but just keep that in mind. This is something, you know, these are ideas, you know, these are playable plays, you know, if you really interested into, you know, really doing this for future reference. But we'll just go ahead and move on to the charts and numbers here. But that's pretty much summing it up. This is what happened today, you guys. So we'll look at the charts and I can show you exactly what happened. Should be rolling on a good amount of time, 15 minutes. All right. So yeah, that's a good timing right there. Bitcoin had a pop today, you guys. Well, we're gonna go about another 15 minutes. We're gonna go over the SPY, DIA, QQQ, IWM, VIX, NVDA, Google, and Baba. But just looking at crypto real quick, Bitcoin definitely had a pop today. Remember that top yesterday I was telling you about on the recap. You guys, you know, they topped that one way over here, so they way up here now. So you know that's a huge pop. 4.78%. That's $1,300 if you'd have bought that dip. If you'd have bought from here in this area, you'd be at $1,300 if you can buy one coin, obviously. But that's how Bitcoin works, man. Bitcoin is the future. Obviously, people love it, so it's going up, it's moving up. It look like it's trying to, you know, possibly retest this 32,000 area right here. This is a big key area right here. Hopefully, Bitcoin can make it. It's a strong bear right there at 30,000. I know that for a fact, and 32,000. But we'll see. You see this candle right here? It's a strong bear right there. You're gonna have to prove to that bear that you can get above that. But we'll see. Ethereum, where they're at, they're up $52, so they're pushing up a little higher. Over the weekend, they was at around 1800. Now it looks like they're at 1900 right now. So that's good for Ethereum. They're pushing up, you know. Hopefully for them, same as like Bitcoin, you know, people like it, but you got a strong bear right in this area right here. You got a strong bear in this area right here, so you got to prove a lot to get across that area. Then the next level of bear is up here. If you can beat that level, so I would say 1 and 2. You know, you got level 1 here first. They're gonna have to get past that for sure. And then if they can, you know, get inside, right in here, they'll be fine to sit for a while to figure out. Excuse me, that was my phone drop. My bad. But they'll be fine to sit for a while to see if they're gonna push higher to that 3,000 level on Ethereum. So we'll see. We'll see. The only time gonna tell. Gold is up right now. Silver's up. Oil took a little pullback today. Oil did take a little pullback today. So not too much, but a little slight pullback, you know. You know, they're still up from that momentum they had, that gap up momentum they had right here when all that news was announced. So they're still up holding that. They haven't broken below 78.96 yet, so they're still holding up. You know, oil can actually, I'm looking at it, really can have another pop right back to 80 quickly, and then some stocks going up and oil stocks going straight up. So just be on the lookout for that oil stuff, yo. That stuff is still taking place. They haven't came down, and it don't look like they filled that gap. And you know how it is. If they ain't gonna fill that gap, then that's a clear sign that oil is going up this spring and summer, you guys. And gas prices about to be high, so be aware of that taking place. Right now, it's consolidating, trying to make a decision if it's about to come back down and fill this gap, or it's gonna have to go back up. And you know, like I said, prices will too, and the pump will too. But let's go ahead and get over the SPY, man. Let's get into the SPY. The SPY. So the SPY today, I told you guys, you know, Jones were actually correct, but I didn't, you know, see a gap down. Obviously, I thought they would sell down into it, but you know, they gap down right here. The SPY gap down here. So we started here today on the SPY. This level here, 406. You know, and 406, we know now that 405, 99 level last week that it was hitting. That we know now that that's support. That's why it was hitting that level last week. When it kept bottoming. If you zoom, I'm zooming out now. You see. Here, here. This has been nothing but an area of support as of right now. And even including here, you know, like I said, this gap right here still hasn't technically been filled. You know, so that is supporting that right there is keeping all of this alive. You know, these levels right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 levels are keeping all of this alive. So, like I said, the bulls are really showing momentum that they want to go up higher, and you know they want to push the market up higher. So you know that might just be what it is coming to fruition. I really think that they're gonna test these 2 tops over here. It's looking like that's what it's looking like. It looks like it definitely the pressure's on for this one top right here. Um, this top here and this top here. It just looked like that's what the SPY is just trying to get accomplished. The pressure's on for these 2 tops right now. We're closed here right here, so not too far from these 2 tops, as you can see, about a couple dollars. So once we get to these 2 levels right here, this was the recent high. If the SPY can push higher than that, then that is no longer a high anymore. We will have a new high. Technically for the let's look 6 months out. Or we can look year to date. Year to date, you know, it wouldn't be a year to date high. Year to date high is about 418, but you know it'll clear this one over here, the recent high of beginning of April. So we're getting a little close. We're 10 days into April, so about 10 days ago we'd be getting back to that high. So pushing back really into the end of looks like the end of February in that area over here. That's where it looks like the market might be trying to retest this area right here, possibly. But like I said, if it breaks through all of that, then it's definitely coming after that 418 next for sure. And if it breaks that, then we'll have a new high for the year to date on the SPY. If the CPI inflation data is good and all that stuff, you know. So just keep this in mind, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the bulls are they're not playing right now, you know. So just be thinking, you know, especially if you're trading, you know, you got options. You got a lot of options, so you got to be when you looking at the SPY, you got a lot of dates, you know. Think about timing on this. You feel me? It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of opportunities right now. You know, you could be loaded stuff. Like I said, because these things are about to take place here. It's just what's about to happen. The market is going to be pushing to these levels. And if it does, you know, the stocks will definitely start to pick up. I think the stocks are a little lagged right now because I think it's waiting on the SPY to really clear this whole channel of 418. And then I think the stocks will really start to pick up higher. I think the stocks are not like falling for the trap there of trying to go higher right now and say, you know, they get pump faked and the SPY come back down. You feel me? Due to the CPI data not being good or something. So I think that's what the stocks are waiting for. They're just waiting for the data, but they're like grinding up slow with the SPY and stuff like that. So I'm seeing the correlation right there. It's kind of off. The stocks are actually lagging from the ETFs. But, you know, the ETF trust is what moves the stocks. So eventually, like I said, if they go higher, eventually you'll see the stocks definitely start to pick up the numbers and level out and match with the numbers. So just something to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Right here, if the market is topping out, of course, the stocks are going lower because that's why they already like kind of consolidating now and barely moving now. But, you know, they'll definitely go lower if they need to if the ETFs start coming down. So it's just a lot to keep in mind right there on that. Okay, so okay, so let's go ahead and get into the levels real quick. Okay, on the SPY. So as you've seen though, the SPY today definitely what they did right there. I said on the gap down. So that did happen, like I said. But as you can see right here, support is here. It's consolidated right here until it couldn't no more. It looks like it was about to sell off again, but that support stepped in really, really strong right there, and it got really bullish and higher than all of that over there. So now the market is over here. And like I said, it closed here, and you see that was a strong green candle right there in the close. You see this candle right here. So they call those 10-minute rigs. But you know, this could lead into tomorrow. This could lead into the pre-market. You got to understand that right now. That's a strong big candle right there in the close. So it's a sign of, you know, the market could be possibly green tomorrow just due to this candle right here at the close. So it's just something to be on the lookout for. But you know, the levels I'm looking at on the SPY to hit, I'm just looking for a retest here for the SPY to break above 410.50. If the SPY can get above 410.50, the next level I'm looking at, you guys, is this top level right here at 411.89. For 411.89 cent, that would be the next high I'm looking at on the SPY. And from right there, it's going to be resistance. You're going to get that resistance, that strong resistance right here at this level. We do know that. So we'll see a fight right there, you know. And if the bulls can't hang, it'll definitely, this will be your top here for sure. And then it'll start coming back down here again. But as of right now, the momentum is definitely to the upside, and the next levels to be looking at, I'm looking at 410.50 and about 411.50. So those two levels right there. And to the downside, if it doesn't test that tomorrow, say, because, you know, it's just like, okay, I've already been rejected a few times off this level. I don't even want to even do it tomorrow. So to the downside levels I'm looking at, if this does happen, I'm just looking at this area right here at 409 to break through, and if that breaks low, I'm looking at that 408 to 407 level. It's really a key area on the spot at 407 level. That's either real true support or that's fake support at this point. I don't know. Time is going to tell, but that's to the downside. That's what I'm looking at on the spot. DIA. The DIA. The Dow Jones, they finally broke above that 335 level, so they're looking mad bullish here. On to the next level I'm looking at still. I'm just looking at 340. I'm still looking for 340 on the Dow. I know they can do it. I know that's what the Bulls want, and it looks like they're getting closer and closer to their goal here. So that's what I'm looking at to the upside. To the downside, if this doesn't hold, definitely I'm looking for it to come back here to about 334.81, all the way down to 334.18. Next level out below, I'm looking at 332 and 330 on the DIA. Triple Qs. So the triple Qs, they found support again right there, 313. So 313 is definitely solid support now. Only time I'm going to tell, though, they're either solid support or fake support. So it's same for the SPY and the DIA. We're going to find out, you know, but the triple Qs, real support today. So, but we will see at the when the data comes out and everything, and tomorrow and all that, and Wednesday, we'll see how things pan out. But we'll see if that's real solid support then. But as of right now, they closed at another solid support area, 317.99. So now, you know, it's like I said, you got two solid support closes for the day. Now the next level I'm looking at is 320 on the triple Qs. You can get back to that 322. The next level I'm looking at in the triple Qs. To the downside, it's just a game of ping pong right now. You know, 317 is a good support, but if this doesn't hold to the downside, I'm looking at 315 and back to 313. So, you know, playing ping pong right now, we'll see. Only time going to tell. It's either going to break out or it's going to keep breaking down into this support, and then that support is eventually going to give up. So we'll see. IWM, you guys, they finally broke out 176.20. They finally got above it, but not quite where they should be yet. The Bulls still want to the upside, looking at about 177.50 and definitely that 180 level to the upside on the IWM. You know, to the downside, just looking at 174.81 and 174 not to hold. And if that doesn't hold, the next level I'm looking at for is 172 and 170 on the IWM. So we can still go either way with that data coming out. VIX, volatility, speed of the market. Where is it at today, you guys? So the VIX got a gap up, actually. You see that? Gap up. More volatility in the pre-market. Opened at what? Right there, what? $20.04. So now we know for a fact this is true resistance, or this is fake resistance. So we got true resistance here at $20 or fake resistance. We're going to find out. Only time's going to tell. You see what I'm saying? With the data coming out, they sold off right there at $20 again. Sold off back down. They tried to retest it, got rejected again. Sold it all the way down here. Closed at what? $18.97. So the fear is continuing to leave the market each day. Looks like the market makers are trying to give the VIX a little fake pump. And you see the investors, the real market reality of it is nobody's even scared of that. They're still continuing to buy. And when they do, you know, that chops up the speed. That chops up, you know, people selling. You know, people continue, they start buying more than they do selling. So the VIX came down again and closed right here again, $18.97. So we got to really start looking out on the VIX, you guys. Like I said, 6 months out. It looks like they have to, you know, if you want the stocks to go higher at this point, $17.06 being your recent low in February, that's just what the VIX is going to have to do. We've been right here since, what, all year. We've been right here all year, and you see where the stock's at, where they at right now. You see at one point, the VIX did spike up here. They did do this. They did do that spike up stuff again. And when they did do all that, where were the stocks at? Extremely down, extremely lows. This was at the beginning of beginning of March, going into March, coming all the way back into the end of March. The volatility actually left again, the speed left again. So this is the bank collapses and all that stuff. So just keep in mind, this can happen again. The VIX like to do those spikes all the time. Is what the VIX is about. You know, it's the speed of the market, so it's volatility. So this is what the VIX does. So just be aware of, you know, the VIX can do that again. It can do these spikes again. It can easily do these spikes again. So just be on the lookout for that. But, you know, like I said, if you want to see the stocks go higher here, you're definitely going to have to see the VIX break out of this area and break lower to about below 18. Maybe even, like I said, that below 17 area. That's what the VIX has to do at this point for the stocks to get higher. So we'll see if the stocks are going lower right here from $18.97. Then you definitely you can see a retest immediately at 20. I would even say a retest at about right there at $21.39. So that's if the stocks are going lower here. So we're definitely about to see here. Only time gonna tell. But you know what I'm saying? The VIX is either gonna spike up or spike down, you guys, and it's gonna move the stocks either way. NVDA, man, still extremely bullish. Strong bulls, man. They're amazing. You know, they do their thing when they do their thing. But you know what I'm saying? They stepped in today. Support right there, 267, 266.72 was the ultimate low today. And from that point on, man, NVIDIA just went into rocket ship mode. Just was straight bullish all day. They led the market really kind of up. When, you know, a move like that, you know, in a market cap like this, $681.201 billion. That's going to hold the market up, you guys. That's going to make things a little questionable to the other rich companies. They're like, well, you know, if they're holding up with that much, we can hold up with this much. We just got to figure out a strategy. So that's what everybody's trying to do. Everybody's trying to really get on that NVIDIA level. If everybody can get on that NVIDIA level, then you'll see the market definitely start to pick up higher and then you can really say the bull market is back. But until then, it's still a bear market. Just a lot of bullish momentum right now. And, you know, that's really all that matters is the momentum during the current time. And NVIDIA has had bullish momentum for technically 6 months now. So I don't think that momentum is going anywhere anytime soon. I know everybody wants to short it and they want it to come down and they're ready for it to create this whole other side. I know people want that. I understand that, but that's not happening. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to do that now if that's not happening. Now, it will be a point of time where I'll figure out where, okay, when it starts to come down, okay, I'll figure out like, okay, now this may be a top here. I need to start, you know, looking down here below, looking out below if needed. When it starts to create a top, we don't have a created top right now at NVIDIA, so I'm not looking at that right now. You know, the top at NVIDIA right now is here, you guys. Right here, I'm circling it. This is your top in NVIDIA, 280. So as soon as it breaks above that, then we have another high here in the past 6 months on NVIDIA. So then we'll have to start looking year to date, and then we'll have to start looking, 5 years on these suckers. You know, because they're really moving here. It's just been straight bullish action in the past year, basically, with NVIDIA. It's crazy. So you can forget them trying to lower their chip price. That don't look like that's happening. Don't look like right now Google can compete either. But it is early. It's only been 1 day this week, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. Things can definitely flip flop if they want, especially with the data coming out. But right now, man, it's bullish at NVIDIA. And the next level I'm looking out for you guys, because they hit the target at 276. I told you on the last recap. Check it out. Hit the like and subscribe button. It's here. 280. They break above 280, 282. They break above 282, 286. You know, when you get there, if you get there, then I'm long in 300 at this point. If you can break above 286, 300 is on the board and play. But 280 first, 282, 280, 86. To the downside, this could be another recent top here, not even trying to compete with this top over here at 280. So if so, 272, 270 on the video to the downside. Google. Oh, googly woogly. So Google, man. Google got a gap down, a little bit of a gap down, and really just didn't try to recover. So now this makes that your top then. This is what I just circled right here. Let me clear this. It got a gap down right here and didn't really try to retest this here. So now this makes this your recent top on Google. And they kind of just consolidated with the from last Thursday in this same area here. Just consolidated again in this area. So Google's definitely looking prime for a breakout here. Either below this area of 104.90, or it's looking like it's going to really retest that 108 area there on Google right now. That's what it's looking like. So those are the levels I'm looking out for to the up and downside on Google, you guys. Baba. Alibaba. So China just really kind of this gap down too, but they're doing their own thing now. They got brought right back up at the opening. It's resistance right here on Bob at 102.82. So when they figure it out, it'll push above that. But just really got a lot of consolidation right here between 101 right now. They kind of just went through the whole dollar itself today at 101 and 102. So just looking at that level real strong now to the upside. I'm just looking forward to retest that high of the day of yesterday, right there at 102.85. If it can get above that, the next level I'm looking out for is 105 on Baba to the downside, and I'm looking at 100. If 101 don't hold 100, I don't think it'll hold either as well. So I'm looking at about $99, all the way to possibly over here $98.33 to the downside on Baba. So that's the levels, you guys, on those names. And Tilray, I told you guys we'll put up Tilray real quick since they had earnings. Let's see how the earnings went. It's a little penny stock now. 5 years ago, they wasn't a penny stock, so keep that in mind. 5 years ago, they was at $310. Now they're $2.74. So this could be an opportunity. Tilray could be an opportunity for the long term. Obviously, I'm not saying right now because it's a penny stock. So, but penny stocks are good too. Every stock is good in this market. But Tilray had earnings too, though, after hours today, and I'm looking at it. It doesn't look like they did too much, but it looks like they just went down a little bit. They closed it right there at $2.63. So a little bit of a pullback. It looked like it was about to get ugly right here, but they brought it back up right there. So we'll see. It's a little, like I said, it's a little $2 stock. You know, what they do is plans to buy. Oh, okay, yeah, they had some news with Hexo pop today during the market. So, but the reason why Hexo pop now is I'm seeing an article just rolled out 30 minutes ago is because Tilray plans to buy them. So Hexo had a huge pop today. At one point, thought it was going to get halted. I thought it was going to really start to run, but it just kind of just had that pop because Tilray plans to buy them. That's what it's looking at right here. So just something to be looking out for. Hexo, you know, looking at the all-time. The all-time is, what, 481 up here. So this is another great long-term opportunity, you know, future. Like, however old you are now, think 10, 20 years out and, you know, forget about it. Forget about the buys and then look 20 years later and see where it's at. And you more than likely possibly might be millionaire, billionaire. These are the type of opportunities, you know, that's available in the market as well. So just keep that in mind, though. But this is an earnings play, Tilray. And yeah, that's what they do, man. That's what they do. It's really Tilray it's a global cannabis lifestyle and consumer packaged goods company with operations in Canada, United States, Europe, Australia, and Latin America. So that's just kind of what they do. They focus on medical cannabis and research and all that type of stuff. So, you know, just something to be looking out for. You know, one day they might legalize marijuana all across the board, all across the world, and then these stocks prices might go up because of that. You just never know. That could be the future, or you know, you feel me? At this point, it looks like if weed don't ever become legal, they might be going bankrupt. They might be going out of the market. You feel me? So just something to be looking at. Might get up out of there. You feel me? So we'll see. We'll see. But, man, right now, stock futures are flat Monday evening as March inflation reports loom ahead. So that's pretty much what everybody's anticipating. Inflation reports this Wednesday. That's what everybody's looking at. You see you got green across the board, though, here in after hours. So seeing going into close in the pre-market at around 4 a.m. up into the opening bell at 9:30. We'll see if this green holds. And, you know, we'll see how things pan out tomorrow, you guys. But other than that, we'll be back tomorrow with another recap. And y'all take it easy. Have a great rest of y'all evening, man, for real. This was the recap of the SPY QQQ's IWM, DIA, VIX, NVDA, Google, BABA, with LCAOD. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.